On the outer thighs. Yeah, child's pose is a nice option. Yeah, you can press play on the playlist. Okay. And allow yourself to feel welcome. Welcome to your practice. Welcome to this space and time. And allow your breath to be invited into the body. And allow your breath to help you feel welcome. Allow your breath to fill the spaces of the body, expanding on the inhale, filling the belly, maybe up to the rib cage. And then exhales through the nose or through an open mouth, if that serves you best. You're with your rhythmic, natural breathing. Allow the body to come into awareness. Scan the body with pure awareness. Perhaps notice the shape of the body that you've chosen to take, the form that you've chosen to take, and bring that shape of the body into the mind's eye. Your eyes can be opened or closed, whichever feels most comfortable. Your only job here is to breathe and to notice. Notice anything that may arise. Notice any sensations within and around the body. Notice the skin interacting with the atmosphere. Notice the aromas and the sounds. If anything arises in the headspace, acknowledge it on the inhale, for it's your experience. But then let it go on the exhale. We are not our thoughts. We are not our stories. If anything, see if you can bring some awareness to the center of the chest here. Yeah, maybe you want to even bring a hand or the soft pads of your fingertips right to the sternum. Maybe add a little bit of weight there, maybe a little bit of a massage in a circle. Yeah. See if you can connect a bit with that area of the body. Okay. I'll let you be with your breath. Another 10 or 15 breaths or so. No need to count. It's a good long set of breaths, deep and even. If you'd like to create an intention for your practice, you may. Good. Last few breaths. Open mouth exhales, if those will serve you. Pouring the breath out. Yeah. Good. Awakening the body from its centering position. Add any movements you'd like. Fingertips, yeah, stretch legs long. And we're all going to meet in a child's pose, but on your own time. So use your own intuition here to move in any way from your starting position. Take any movements you need, maybe some neck rolls. Maybe you want to rock and roll spine-wise if you were on your back. We'll all meet in Balasana, child's pose. Toes together, knees apart. Forehead to the floor or to a block. You can rock the head side to side. The forearms can rest down on the floor. And really track the hips back to the heels. Know that you can return to this pose anytime during your practice to take notice, to equalize the breath. And we'll move a little bit here. With an inhale, allow the breath to lift the body through a tabletop. And then lower all the way down to the floor, fully prone, elbows bend, hands by the side, chest, forehead to the floor. Inhale, lift sternum, head, and gaze, cobra pose. And then exhale back to child's, a moment of stillness, forehead to the floor. And repeat, inhale, rise through tabletop, lower down. Gentle back bend, cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Take 2 or 3 more of these, moving at your own pace, linking movement with breath. One more. Good, and then we'll find tabletop when you're ready. Shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and move the spine in any way. Cat-cow movements, belly drops, gaze high, shoulder blades on the upper back, exhale, round the spine, tailbone tucked, shoulder blades up. Maybe you want to shift the hips in circles over the knees. Yeah, maybe you want to take the same side shoulder and hip point toward each other. Good, and send that right leg long out behind you and lower that right hip point just a bit. Hips and shoulders level and square. And add that left arm extension, palm facing down or the midline, lengthen the nape of the neck. Inhale here. Exhale, right knee and left elbow toward each other around the spine. Hollow out the abdomen. Good. Reach that right leg long, left leg long, left arm long. And round. Draw those two limbs together. Couple more. Good. Reach, bend that right knee. Left hand reaches around to the top of that right foot and press that right foot into the left hand. Left shoulder draws back, right shoulder on top of that right wrist. Good. Release and reach. Good. And then lower that right shin down. Full breath. And then thread the needle. We're going to take left arm under right. So the left side of the head to the floor to a block. Right hand presses into the floor. You can press that right hand into the left hand or float it high. You could float that right leg back if you'd like, either tucking the toes or lifting that right leg. Good, and rise. Unravel, all fours, maybe a cat-cow. Good, and press back into child's pose and notice the difference between right and left side body. Good, rise back to tabletop. Float left leg back, lower that left hip, add that right arm extension, reaching, finding center here, drawing in, reaching, and then rounding, left knee and right elbow toward each other, and repeat. Good. Reach, bend left knee, right hand reaches around to the top of the left foot and press. You can also take this pose with both hands down and reach the left toes to the ceiling. A little bit of a back bend here. Right shoulder drawing back. Good. Release. Lower that left shin and thread the needle. Right arm under left. Right side of the skull to the floor. You can send that left leg back if you'd like, tucking the toes, keeping the ball mound grounded to the floor, lifting that left leg. Good. Unravel, release back to child's pose. Yeah, really move the breath into all the dimensions of the lungs, front and back, side to side, top and bottom. And as you're ready, asking yourself, only when you're ready, tucking the toes, feet are hip width, and press back to go up to your downward facing dog pose, Adho Mukha Svanasana. And taking any intuitive movement here that you'd like to do in your dog pose, paddling the legs. You can lift one leg at a time. You could come to plank and then back to dog pose. Yeah, head is heavy. Gaze is eye level at the wall behind you. Really spread wide between the fingers, grounding at the base of the index fingers, the thumbs, and the pinky fingers. Yeah. Lifting the hips high to the ceiling, and then sit bones draw toward the heels, low belly to the spine. Good. Let's all come to plank, top of a push-up. So shoulders over the wrists, pressing the hands into the floor, finding a bit of a weightlessness here, pressing heels back, and think about how you want to take your flows this morning. So how you want to move between sequences. And some options here. You could lower down knees, chest, chin to cobra or up dog. You could lower to a low plank, hugging the elbows in, and come into upward facing dog. And then back to dog pose. Or you could lower down to the knees and take a cat-cow as your flow. Yeah, so lower down when you're ready, taking your form of movement. Yeah, cobra or up dog or cat-cow, and we'll all meet in dog pose. Yeah. Complete exhale, lift the gaze and walk the feet forward to the hands. Yeah, flat back inhale. And then exhale, fold, drape the torso down, collect opposite elbows. You can sway side to side, or maybe you want to wrap the forearms behind the calf. Yeah, any movement here. You can shift the hips side to side. Gravity working on the spine. Good. And then really notice those 3 grounding points at the feet, inner arches lifting. And we're going to rise with a nice rounded spine, organizing ourselves into Tadasana, mountain pose, arms wide and high. Exhale, equal standing, weight back into the heels. Complete breath. Good. Inhale here, sweep arms high. Exhale, side bend to the right. One breath transitions here. Inhale, rise. Side bend left. Good. Rise, tailbone heavy, gently back bending. Back bend in the upper spine. Good. Rise, inhale, and exhale, fold forward. Taking a folding twist here. Flat back, left hand down, left knee bends, float right arm high. Draw that right hip back. And switch, right hand down, right knee bends, float left arm high. Exhale, both hands down, bend both knees deeply. T with the arms, weight back into the heels, reach through the crown. And then exhale, open mouth, fold. And taking any flow through to downward facing dog. Step or jump. Customize, so knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, or maybe even a cat-cow. Good. Yeah, 2 to 3 breaths, downward facing dog. Movement or stillness. Complete exhale, lift the gaze, step or jump, feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And rise all the way up. Exhale, equal standing. Good, complete breath. So that's one version of the sun salute this morning. We'll continue, hands high, inhale. Let's side bend left now. Rise, side bend right. Rise, standing back bend, pelvis forward. And then exhale, fold. Right hand down, right knee bends, float left arm high. And switch, left hand down, left knee bends, right arm high. Good. Deeply bend both knees, a form of chair pose. T with the arms. Reach to the crown, flat back. Inhale, exhale, fold. And choose your path, your journey. Step or jump, flowing through. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Yeah, 2 or 3 breaths, movement or stillness. Good. Complete exhale, lift the gaze, step or jump feet forward, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, equal standing. Complete breath. Good. We'll take one more round. Hands high. Inhale. Side bend right. Tailbone heavy. Rise. Side bend left. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Back bend. Good. Rise. Inhale and fold forward. Exhale. We'll take a twist. Left knee bends. Left hand down. Float right arm high. And switch. Deeply bend both knees, T with the arms, inhale. Exhale, fold. And take any path back to downward facing dog, step or jump. Deep, even breath. And you're welcome to hold dog or rest in child's pose. Whole body awareness, whole body breath. Okay, from your dog pose, we'll lift the gaze, step or jump, feet forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, we'll find chair pose. So Utkatasana, chair pose. The feet can be together or hip width. Yes. Weight back into the heels, arms, any variation, maybe cactus arms or hands at the hips, biceps by the ears or palms together. We're going to take a twist here, lengthen, exhale, twisting to the right. So the left elbow to the outside line of that right knee, press right palm into left. Left side rib cage toward that right thigh bone. Good. Inhale, center, Utkatasana. Good. And then take a forward fold here over your 2 long legs, either peace fingers to the big toes or hands underneath the feet or wrapping forearms behind the legs. Good. Rise again, bending the knees, Utkatasana. We'll twist to the other side. Inhale. Exhale, twisting left. Right elbow to the outside line of that left knee. Good. Lengthen and twist. One more, lengthen and twist. Good. Inhale, Utkatasana again, sinking into the hips. And exhale, fold. Any variation with the arms. You could even clasp hands for a shoulder opener. Knuckles high, head low. And then rise all the way up, rounded spine or flat back, equal standing. Exhale, whole body awareness. Good. And then find your way back to downward facing dog, taking your own unique pathway, step or jump. You can always make your flow a nice easy cat-cow. Good. Float right leg high, 3-legged dog. Exhale, 3-legged plank, right knee to the right elbow, shoulders over the wrists. Press back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, 3-legged plank. Take 2 or 3 more of these. Good. Step right foot forward, left knee down, the low lunge. Hands to the hips, high or the top of that right thigh. 2 or 3 breaths. Good. Then press into the sole of that right foot. Lift a little bit and make room for the twist. Twisting from the low belly. Left elbow to the outside line of that right knee. Press right hand into left. Option to tuck left toes. Press left heel back. Good. Release the twist and shift hips back to a runner's stretch. You can keep the hips low. You could bring a block or a blanket underneath that right hip, or you can keep the hips high. Bring some life to that right foot. Hold the flat back or fold. Good, then rock forward, place palms, step back, downward facing dog. Your choice if you would like to add a flow. Good. Left leg high, step left elbow to the left knee to the left elbow, 3-legged plank, and repeat. Good, step left foot forward, right knee down, rise, low crescent lunge. Any arm variation. Good, and take a twist from here, so lift a little bit through the lunge, right elbow to the outside line of that left knee, press left palm into right. Option to tuck right toes. Good, release and shift hips back to your runner stretch. Halfway lift, hold, or fold. Good, then bend left knee, rock hips forward, place palms, step back, downward facing dog. Hold here or move through your flow of your choice. Inhale, float right leg high. Step right foot forward, left heel grounds. Windmill the arms up and open to warrior two. You can add a little bit of dynamic movement if you'd like to settle into the pose or ease into the pose straight through both legs and then lunge. Or you can find stillness right away. The right knee carves forward slightly wide over that right heel. Good. Any arm variations here. Maybe hands at the hips. Maybe palms facing up or down. Maybe you want to take eagle arms, right arm under left. Yeah, or give yourself a hug, moving the breath between the shoulder blades. Inhale, release the arms if they were in a bind. Exhale, we're gonna launch ourselves to a standing half moon pose. Left hand to left hip, toe heel that left foot closer to the right. Use a block if you'd like, or a book. To the right hand is either at the floor or the block at a diagonal from the right pinky toe. Press through both heels, stacking hips and shoulders. Good, and then bending right knee, left hand to left hip, guide that left foot back toward warrior two, lengthen, and exhale, reverse your warrior. Good, and then press into that right foot, straighten through that right lead leg as you lift and find triangle pose, hinging right fingertips to the shin or to a block, left hand to left hip or high. Gaze anywhere it's comfortable. Quads engaged, kneecaps lifting. Good. Rise, inhale. Pivot on that right heel, hands to the floor, nice wide leg forward fold, halfway lift, inhale. Deeply bend left knee, right toes to the ceiling, flat back, inhale. Hold any arm variation, palms together. A twist, opening with that right arm high or fold to the instep. Good, rise and gently rock, bend that right knee. We're gonna walk the hands forward to the instep of that right foot. So toe heel that right foot to the side, finding your dragon or lizard pose. Hands to the floor, to a block, the elbows, the forearms can come down. Left knee to the floor, lifted. Yeah, you can shift the hips side to side if you'd like. Any form of your dragon, lizard pose. You can take a little bit of a twist, right hand to the inside line of that right thigh. Good. Then place hands, tuck left toes, left leg meets right at the front of the mat. Heels in, toes out, a squat here, malasana wide squat. The hips toward a block or support if you'd like, elbows to the inner thighs, press the palms, reach through the crown. Deep, even breath. Good, inhale. Yeah, and then exhale, any forward fold here. If you want to take a little bit of a wider fold, you can shift hips side to side. Or bring the feet closer, peace fingers to the big toes or hands underneath the feet. And then rise all the way up, sweep arms wide and high, equal standing. Good. Yeah, and take a moment to notice the whole body and notice any differences between the right and left side body. Good, and then we'll tend to the left side body when you're ready. Meeting in downward facing dog, step or jump. And then we'll meet in warrior two, left leg high, inhale. Step left foot forward, right heel grounds, windmill arms up and open to your warrior two. Good. You can ease into the pose if you'd like, some movement. Arms anywhere it's comfortable, palms facing up or down or hands at the hips, or you could take eagle, left arm under right. Release your arms if they were binded. We're gonna move into standing half moon pose. So right hand to right hip, left hand can find a block or a book or a wall. Left standing leg, stack hips and shoulders, press through the heels. Good. And then bending left knee with control, right hand to right hip, guide right leg back through warrior two again. Rise with control and reverse your warrior. Good, and then press into the sole of that left foot, straighten through left lead leg as you rise. Toe heel that right foot closer if you need. Trikonasana triangle pose. Good. Rise, inhale, pivot on that left heel, wide leg forward, fold, flat back, inhale. And sink into that right hip, right knee bends, right heel toward that right hip, left toes pointing up, hold the flat back or full. Left side hamstring stretch. And then rise a bit, mindful of the knees. Walk the hands forward to the instep of that left foot, right knee down. But start if you'd like your dragon or lizard pose. Any movement, shifting the hips, propped up on the hands or the forearm. You can come onto the little toe side of that left foot, left hand to the inner left thigh, a little bit of a twist. Good. And then rise, tuck right toes, right leg meets left at the front of the mat, heels and toes out, wide squat again. Press the palms, elbows to the inner thigh. Reach through the crown. Inhale. And then exhale, wider leg forward fold here. The feet can come off the mat if you'd like. Good. And then make your way back to downward facing dog. Toe heel the feet back in. Step or jump. Good. And hold dog pose or rest in child's pose here. Equalize the breath. Good. Back to dog pose when you're ready. Only when you're ready. We're going to come to plank, top of a push-up. Side plank, either full expression or modified. So we'll stack right open left, either stack the hips or the right shin can come down, left foot moves to standing. Any variation with that left leg, left arm. Good. Inhale, exhale through plank. Inhale, exhale, stack left, open right. Good. Inhale. And exhale, plank, top of a push-up, and then lower all the way down to the floor with control, fully prone, and rest a bit here. One ear down perhaps, or forehead to the floor. Move the breath into the back body, shake the hips. We're going to take a locust pose here. So forehead to the floor, hands by the side chest, lift the legs together and up, your locust tail. And then press into the palms, roll shoulders back, lift sternum, head and gaze, arms, any variation, wide, forward, clasping. And on each inhale, you'll lift and expand. On each exhale, hold the lift, but soften. Take any number of these, lift and expand. Exhale, hold the lift, but soften. Good. Yeah, and release the effort when you're ready. Let's say right ear down, breath into the back plane, soft roll of the shoulders, shake the hips. Good. And then bring the right arm out to T alongside the floor, palm facing down. Inhale. Exhale, rolling over to that right side, a nice shoulder opener. You can kickstand that left foot behind that right hamstring, left hand braces in front of you or to the left hip or forearm behind the sacrum or high. Good. Gently roll and release through center with care. Complete breath. Before going over to the other side, T with that left arm. You can decrease the angle if you'd like, bringing that left arm closer to the body for less sensation. Rolling over to the left side when you're ready. Kickstand that right foot behind you. Right hand to right hip or high, or right forearm to the low back. And you can let that right side hip be heavy, opening any amount. Good. Gently release, rolling, fully prone, complete breath. And taking a Sphinx pose here. So slide those forearms forward, elbows underneath the shoulders, spread wide between the fingers. Press into the surface area of the forearms and the hands, draw shoulders back. Reach through the crown, the head can be heavy. You may want to tuck the toes and move the front of the thighs from the outside in. Few breaths here. Peeling the chest forward and up. Good. And release the effort. Elbows splay out to the side. Whole body breath. One more back bend. Floor bow, bending the knees. Hands reach around to the tops of the feet. Exhale, forehead to the floor. Inner knees and ankles toward each other. With an inhale, press the feet into the hands to lift the thighs and the sternum off the floor. On each inhale, lift. On each exhale, hold the lift, but soften. Lift. Soften. Lift. Soften one more if you'd like. Good, and release the effort. You can windmill the lower leg side to side. And we'll all meet in a child's pose. You can take one more final dog pose if you'd like. Otherwise, right back to child. Good, and then rise up towards hero's pose on the shins. Taking any support you need, bringing maybe a pillow or a blanket underneath you. Yeah, let's take some neck rolls here. Releasing the neck, working on the shoulders, tucking the chin, moving the chin side to side. If you'd like to hold that right ear to the right shoulder, left fingertips to the floor, and walk them away from the midline. You can bring right hand to the left side of the skull, apply gentle pressure, and move the low jaw side to side. If it feels interesting to you. Really direct the breath into the left side of the neck. You can even give yourself a little self-massage here. Left fingertips along the left side of the neck and the collarbone area. Good. Mindful here. On the exhale, guide the chin down center. One hold left ear to left shoulder. Yeah. And then right fingertips to the floor and away from the midline. Left hand can apply some gentle pressure to the right side of the skull. And see if you can physically move the breath to the right side of the neck. You can apply some self-massage, right fingertips to the right side of the neck. Really exploring and use the breath to alleviate tension. Good. Mindful here. Guide the chin back down. Take another set of neck rolls if you'd like. Good. And then bring the hands to the front of the head, so to the face, and allow the whole head to release into the hands. And then use your hands to lift the head and stack the base of the skull on the base of the spine, and the hands drip down the face, smoothing all the lines. Deep breath. Flow right arm high, bending right elbow, left hand to the outside of that right elbow. Hold here, or finding your strap or towel, or perhaps you can find for Gomukhasana, cow face in the arms. The elbows drawing in toward the midline into the back plane. And release some shoulder rolls before the other side. Left arm high, left elbow bends. Maybe this is your pose here. Or maybe you'll find the strap or the bind on the other side. Maybe this side feels different, and that's okay. Good. And release. I'm going to take one more back bend, really trying to equalize the distance, the length between the front and back body. Camel pose. Hips over the knees, toes tucked or untucked, hands to the back of the sacrum, fingertips pointing up or down, lengthen and arching back. The hands can find the heels together or one at a time. Really lifting through the sternum. And replace the hands. If they were bound to the ankles, rise with control. Then exhale, hips back, floating forehead to the floor, child's pose. The hands can reach around to the inner arches if you'd like. Nice rounded spine. Good. Rise. And let's swing the legs forward, welcoming you into any seated forward fold. So maybe that's legs right in front of you. Maybe that's a wide angle pose for you, or bound angle even. So nice forward fold here. Using any props you need, bolster, pillow, block, strap. See if you can really bring the breath into the back plane of the body. So on each inhale, there's a lengthening first, tailbone to crown, and on the exhale, hold the length as you surrender to gravity in your forward fold. One more breath. And rise out of your forward fold. Exhale here, inviting you for some abdominal work. If you're going to skip abdominals, that's fine. You can find your back and move into a bridge or a dynamic bridge. If you're going to take bow pose, you can support the hamstrings and the legs at the hamstring. So the legs are bent at 90 or they're straight. The arms can extend. Try to flatten the back, reaching through the sternum. And really engage the core here for low boat. Small of the back transitions to the floor. Send the legs long at the 45-degree angle and then hug all the muscles to the bones. And then release the effort whenever you'd like, knees to the chest, shoulders and head releasing and heavy. Rock the head side to side. Good. Thinking of a nice and easy dynamic bridge before we find rest. So bend the knees, feet hip width, heels toward the seat, arms down, shoulder blades toward each other, palms down. Press into the feet, lift the hips as you lift the arms up over the head. And then lower everything back down to that base position. Take a few of these. Rise on the inhale. You can hold bridge any number of breaths. And lower everything back down. Good. And then draw the knees to the chest. We're going to take a nice, easy supine spinal twist. T with the arms. And lower the legs to the right. You might want to shift the hips left a bit to help facilitate the twist. Right shoulder, right palm, back of the palm to the floor. Gaze follows left. Right hand to the left side of the leg to help. Deep, even breathing. Good. Rise, lift the legs, shift hips more right, legs fall left, gaze right, and really move the breath into the right side, rib cage. Good. Rise, knees to the chest. Thinking of a nice, happy baby here. So knees, legs wide, soles of the feet parallel to the floor, peace fingers to the big toes or hands to the outstep or the instep, drawing down, tailbone heavy, movement or stillness. You can take open mouth exhales if you'd like, or fluttering of the lips. Think about how you'd like to take your final rest for your practice. Some options. Soles of the feet together, knees apart. Constructive rest. You could send the legs long to the ceiling. If you have a wall nearby, you can move to the wall or use a strap or towel across the ball mounds. Or of course, there is always traditional Shavasana extending through the legs. Whatever you choose, organize the back plane of the body. Yeah, the shoulder blades together and down toward the hips, the flesh of the buttocks, tailbone toward the heel. Letting go of any effort. Letting go of any effort with the breath, with the body. Allow there to be a deep letting go. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, no one to be. Yeah, still going deeper with each incremental exhalation. Releasing any tension or holding with the muscles, the bones, the ligaments and the joints. And release and relax even the cells themselves. Allowing the awareness to come back to the breath. Allow the breath to wash a bit of tenderness around the whole body. Inhale, bottom to top. And the exhale washes over the body, top to bottom. And taking a moment to notice those places and spaces in the body that perhaps have a little bit more spaciousness and flow. Awakening the body in any way. Fingertips, toe tip. Extend through the legs if you'd like, arms overhead. Reaching and expanding fingertip to toe tip. Good. And then maybe you're hugging the shins into the body if you're on your back, if you're already seated. Long, strong spine, taking your time here. Meeting in any seated pose. You guys can stay closed if you're like, or a nice open gaze. And place your hands wherever it's comfortable. maybe in the lap, palms up or down, maybe in a pile at the center of your chest, or palms together. And we'll close our practice with breath, allowing our breath to share this space within and without, this infinite space between us, infinite space within us. Open mouth exhales as you need them. With our breath and with our practice, we offer up our efforts and our intentions. And may all beings be free of suffering and find peace in our minds, in our hearts, and in the world. Namaste. Thank you. You're welcome to remain for a little while longer if you'd like to sit or chat. Thank you for sharing your practice.
Thanks, Julia.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So nice to
Wonderful to see you.
Nice to see you, Wendy. Thank you. And Sandy and Zan and Samantha. Thank you.
Thanks. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And Sandy. Thank you, Sandy. And Sarah. Bye. Bye. So nice to see you again, San.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah.
Take care.
Okay, bye.
Bye.